Atari are back!
And the Victorians are loaded.
This is Screenplay Daily News. It's Monday the 19th of June, I'm Nick.
And I'm Steph, and here's what we have deemed newsworthy.
Atari are back, baby, because 2017 just keeps getting weirder. Atari dropped a teaser over the weekend for something they called the Atari Box, indicating there's a new console on the way. Stephanie, first question, have you ever played an Atari?
Never in my life.
Neither have I. I think we're just too young, which is the first time I can actually say that.
You know what I think is interesting about this though? You know, in the Blade Runner trailer, there's that big shot where you see, because I know that there was, you know, Atari featured in the original Blade Runner, so it could just be an homage. Or, not a coincidence.
This is the reveal?
Yes.
In the new Blade Runner film? That seems like...
extreme product placement.
Extreme, yeah. That actually becomes the biggest thing to come out of the Blade Runner film.
I think it's not a coincidence. I think Atari are realizing that now is their time.
You went deep on this.
Yeah.
I was not expecting that.
Conspiracies.
This is weird news, I would say. So the Atari CEO, Fred Cheney, confirmed over the weekend that yes, they are getting back into the hardware business. They dropped a teaser and he said that it's going to be based on PC technology. So I don't really know what that means because all computers are based on PC technology. I guess it's saying that it's not built like a console, it's built more, I'm guessing maybe like a Steam box.
Do we have room for another console slash PC technology item?
No, we don't. We don't. We don't.
I mean, with all the Xbox One XS's coming out, I can't afford them all.
We got too many Xboxes. Yeah, I mean, when was the last time you can remember a new... The Ouya was the last time this happened where we went, oh, a new console player, which we're calling Atari new. Are you ready for a new console?
No, I'm not ready for a new console at all.
I'm not ready for the old ones that we currently have.
I haven't got any of the new ones.
Yeah.
My Xbox isn't even slim.
Yeah, you got the fatty.
I've got the fatty.
But you know what would make that Xbox better? A bit of wood grain. Oh, I'm ready for wood grain on my consoles.
Yeah, late 70s. All right, moving on. 9 Australian indie games are about to get a sweet cash injection thanks to the government of Victoria. The games are being created through Film Victoria, and this funding support will help out over 40 game development positions in the process. And so from what I understand, they're quite varied games in the early stages of development. Things like a VR sailing game.
Oh yeah?
VR regatta.
VR everything, really.
Something called, there's a fighting game and something called Putty Pals.
I know Putty Pals.
Do you?
I know the developer of Putty Pals, Laura.
Oh, really?
I'm buddies with Laura.
Hi, Laura.
Hey, Laura. Congratulations on all that sick money you're getting from Victoria.
Sweet cash. Do you reckon she's making it rain as we speak?
That would be the responsible thing to do as the head of that company, which I assume you are. If you aren't, you shouldn't have lied to me like that. So how much are we talking here?
$654,000 between 9 studios.
It's like a decent chunk of change.
Yeah, I mean, split between 9.
Oh, I'm sorry, do you have $70,000 just lying around?
I mean, I think about like what it takes to make a game and then to market it and do all that kind of stuff.
So to be fair, a lot of these companies have already made this. Like I've played Putty Pals. It exists.
They're in the early stages of development though. I'm just saying, it's great. More money would be even better.
Well, it's cool that they're getting money though. I mean, here in Sydney, we don't get anything. We just get constant traffic because you're digging tunnels everywhere.
Yeah, I'm always flying down to Melbourne for fancy exhibitions and arty games events and stuff at ACMI.
Yeah, they have a good scene.
Yeah, they support the arts. And games are art, according to the Victorians.
Throwing it down now. Well, and art deserves money. So well done, everyone. And Laura, I expect a cut because I've mentioned you here. So I deserve money now. And to our final story. I-OWN Interactive have risen from the almost dead. Last month, I-OWN's parent company Square Enix announced they were getting out of the Hitman business, but I-OWN's CEO revealed over the weekend that they have become an independent studio and retain control over the Hitman IP. Stephanie, this is some of the most exciting news of the year. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Yes, it is, but aren't you a little bit worried?
I'm not worried at all.
Really?
Yeah. I think that...
Because I always worry when someone breaks away and they're like, yeah, we're gonna be independent, and then they flail and flounder because they don't have the support, you know, of the man.
Yeah.
And then...
But the man, so you're pro man.
I mean, in certain situations, the franchise has been great so far.
Yeah, but I would put that solely down to I-OWN and Square kind of just constantly getting in the way.
Fair enough.
That's a very interesting point. Well, I was going to ask.
I'm just saying these things don't always go the way as planned. So
you're such a downer today. I mean,
being realistic.
$654,000 isn't enough money for these people. I-OWN
more money for games.
Creative control isn't all it's cracked up to be.
It's important, but support is important too.
Well, they haven't actually announced you know, how they became independent.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you're coming off the back of splitting from a giant company like Square, and then it's not like the Victorian government steps in and goes, here's $654,000.
Where's the money going to come from?
Yeah, so there's...
If not the man.
Potentially they've partnered with other people that means that, you know, like a smaller conglomerate of people that can sort of fund them
Like
that way.
private backers.
Yeah, yeah, or even just like other smaller developers or something, or they've merged or done something,
Yeah,
you know, we're yet to find that out. But it's very exciting because the Hitman franchise was in doubt there for a while because Square were like, oh, you know, we're not interested in making games with this company anymore, and that would have been terrible because I...
Oh, right, so the man wasn't supporting them at all.
That's the whole point. The man was like, no, we don't want to be in business with you anymore.
Okay, well in that case, screw the man!
Screw the man! Do business by yourself. That's the best kind of business. If you were to have a company, if you were to have a developer, would you want to be supported by the man or would you want to go full indie?
I would start full indie.
Yep.
Then, when I got too big for my boots, then I would get support from the man.
Interesting.
Until the man left me out in the cold, and then I'd say, screw the man again, aka I-OWN, and then I would flail and flounder until my eventual demise.
Well, I am very excited for more Hitman on the way, and Steph, we're going to have to talk about your relationship with authority.
All right, well, here's what's happening in other news. This weekend, Microsoft brought us one step closer to the inevitable fall of humanity to our artificial overlords. Researchers from Microsoft's newly acquired startup Maluba have built an AI which has hit the theoretical maximum score in the Atari 2600 adaptation of Ms. Pac-Man, a feat no human has ever achieved until we get that sweet new Atari box.
Nintendo are still looking for a solution to make sure your Switch save files don't get lost to the winds of time. Currently, you can save to the console internally or to an SD card, but if you lose your Switch or your files get corrupted, that's it. Nintendo America boss Reggie Fils-Aimé says it's a concern and they're working on it. You would think that their upcoming paid online service would provide cloud backup like the other consoles, but you, like Nintendo's current way of handling save files, would be wrong.
People who are still playing World of Warcraft are now finding ways to no longer play World of Warcraft. Reddit users have been talking about a way to grind your alt characters from level 100 to 110 by completing order haul quests through the mobile app. This way, you don't need to actually log time in the game to make your numbers go up. And isn't that the holy grail for all MMOs?
Alright, that is it for the news, but make sure you check out our YouTube channel this afternoon for our Soon Play, so you can check out what you will soon be playing. But I'm gonna warn you, over the next few weeks, it's dry.
Oh yeah, it's like a desert for video games. You can follow Screenplay in all of these places, details in the description below.
And one more thing, I added Lawrence to Twitter because he doesn't tweet, and I just think that's abhorrent for social media.
But is it Lawrence tweeting or is it you tweeting as Lawrence?
No, so my plan is we're gonna get him enough followers. I wanna get him a couple of hundred followers and then I'll hand the account over to him.
Oh, okay.
But we won't tell him, but you could start tweeting at him. The Twitter handle is @LawrenceWantsIn, L-A-W for Lawrence. We'll put it up.
Yes, now he's gonna feel the need to make hashtag content for his adoring fans.
He's always telling us to do it. Now it's your turn, Lawrence.
All right, that's it from us. I'm Steph.
I'm Nick.
And we'll see you every weekday for the rest of your lives.
But for now, we'll leave you with this snapshot of a classic LAN party.
Look at those snacks.
They're just so dirty. I assume these are boys? Why are boys so dirty?
I have to say, every LAN party I ever went to, I was the only girl.
Oh, I see what they're doing. They're being clever. They're like, this is like a, you know, moving image.
It's the mannequin challenge.
Yeah, cool.
Poorly filmed though, poorly filmed.
What do you expect them to do? What, like have a jib? Have a crane in there, a cam operator?
I still haven't got the hang of moving, so I'm just gonna go straight in with the punches.
I'm gonna use that to my advantage and just punch your not moving body until you fall over.
Best of 3.
Shit.